Many people have the desire to become rich, but many still struggle to achieve success and true wealth. In today's video, we're going to look at proven strategies that millionaires use to get rich. We'll talk about practical methods and habits that successful people follow to build wealth. Before we continue, hit the like button if you enjoy my videos. One key practice that sets apart those who manage to accumulate wealth from most people is keeping a detailed record of their money. If I asked you to tell me how much you spent last month, could you give me all the details? Could you explain how you divide your money? For example, what percentage goes to paying bills, saving, enjoying leisure time, or investing? It's hard to improve your finances if you don't know where your money is going. Developing the ability to accurately track every cent you handle not only helps you manage your current finances better, but also prepares you to make smarter decisions when you have more money. The first step to controlling your money is to organize all your expenses into three main groups. Number 1. Income. This includes all the money you earn in a month, whether from your job or any other source. Number 2. Necessary expenses. These are your most important expenses. They include everything you pay monthly to cover your basic needs, such as rent or mortgage, electricity and water bills, and food. Even though these expenses are usually similar each month, many people don't realize how much they're really spending on them. Number 3. Extra expenses. This group includes things you buy for pleasure, such as subscriptions, outings, or anything that isn't necessary for living. By organizing your expenses into groups, it becomes easier to track your money. This way, you'll know exactly how much you earn, how much you need for essentials, and how much you have left to enjoy life. With this information, you can make better decisions about your money. Saving money can be difficult, but there are some tricks that can make it easier. One good method is to automate your savings. Many financial institutions allow you to schedule transfers from your main account, where you receive your paycheck, to your savings account right after you get paid. By doing this, you save part of your money before spending on other things, which requires very little effort on your part. This automatic system helps avoid overspending, since the money goes into savings without you having to think about it. Another way to avoid spending your savings is to keep them in a separate bank account that doesn't have a debit card or isn't connected to your main account. That way, your savings won't be so easy to use for daily purchases. Keeping them in a different account without a debit card makes it a bit harder to access that money, which can help you save more because you won't be tempted to spend it. In reality, there are two main ways to save more money. Reduce your spending to have extra money, or look for ways to earn more money so you have more to save. However, saving money is just the first step to building wealth. Having money in the bank doesn't always mean you're rich. There's a difference between cash and capital. Imagine you have $1 million. Would you rather keep all that money in cash or invest it in things like properties or successful businesses? Wealthy people generally choose the second option. Cash preserves its value over time, so if you keep $1 million in cash, its value won't grow over the years, except for the impact of inflation, which reduces purchasing power. On the other hand, investing $1 million in properties or reliable businesses can make that money grow much more over the same period. Warren Buffett says that the best way to use your money is to invest in things that will increase in value over time. He believes it's better to reinvest your money instead of just keeping it in cash. That's why wealthy people often invest their savings in things that generate more money. This way, their money continues to grow over time. As we mentioned earlier, saving is just the first step in accumulating wealth. Rich people don't just save money to have a lot of cash. They use their savings to invest and grow their wealth over time. After developing a good savings habit, you can start thinking about how to invest that money to make it grow faster. Think about how the game Monopoly works. Success in the game isn't just about collecting cash, but about buying properties that give you consistent income. It's not enough to accumulate cash. The goal is to turn it into assets that generate long-term wealth. People who invest in things like real estate often end up with the most money. Suppose you had the option to keep your cash or buy something that makes you money. What would you choose? Rich people like to invest their money in things that generate profits on their own, like rental properties or dividend-paying stocks. The way their money works for them, instead of them working for their money, shows what truly matters to them in creating wealth. Using their money to buy or create things that generate more money. It's also interesting that many rich people don't spend all they earn. They live on less than they can afford. You might think rich people would spend all their money, but many of them actually live more simply. Especially when they're starting to build their wealth. Look at the people who've become truly rich in the last decade or so. And you'll notice they all tend to live modestly, even when they make a lot of money. They don't spend everything on expensive things like luxury cars or big houses. Despite earning 6 or even 7-figure incomes, some people can't resist the temptation to spend heavily on costly things and end up in financial trouble. However, people who want to become truly wealthy don't just focus on spending big. They aim beyond just a few million. They want great fortunes. That's why many of them, even with comfortable incomes, maintain moderate spending habits, similar to those of the average person. Now that we're talking about tracking the money you save and using it to buy things that make you more money, there's something important that rich people do to maintain their wealth forever. This trick lets them spend on luxury without worrying about running out of money. The big difference is how they use their money. Instead of spending all their savings up front, they only spend the extra money they earn from their investments. In the beginning, most people rely on income that comes from their time and effort. However, when they start investing in money-generating assets, they begin to earn passive income, the profits they receive from those assets. The key to becoming truly wealthy is to spend only the money that their investments generate. That way, they can preserve the capital they worked so hard to build. It's like planting a tree. Some people might eat the seeds right away, but the rich plant the seeds first and only eat the fruit. The tree grows, not the seeds, and that way, the tree keeps giving fruit forever. Although some rich people still run businesses and earn money that way, they only use that money to invest in more things. They only spend the money their investments generate on vacations or nice things. By following this rule, they always have extra money to buy luxury items without worrying about running out of money in the long run. Now, what practical step can you take to begin your path to wealth? As mentioned before, to start investing, you first have to save, and to save well, you'll need to cut expenses or increase your income. Once you've managed to spend less, the next step is to focus on increasing your monthly income. The more money you earn, the more resources you'll have to plan